Come on. How are you, everybody? Tim here from the Tactical Defender, and well, you know who I am. So, a lot has gone on. A lot has gone. Oh my God, look at this. This looks terrible, huh? Oh, I'm so lazy. Anyway, for those of you that don't follow me on Instagram, because I've talked about it on Instagram, and I believe a lot of you know, but I've been getting a lot of emails and messages from people on YouTube. You know, like, where are you? What are you doing? What have you been up to? What happened? Are you done making videos? Are you still doing videos? Are you, you know? And yes, I am. So, it's kind of a long story. I'll do my best to kind of make it as short as I can. Although, you know me, it's not going to be short. Is this... I can't tell if the camera... I'm using my new DSLR for this. And a microphone. A microphone. We'll see how it sounds. I am in my garage, which is my shop where I make my tabletop reviews right here. I got some gear right there. And by the way, I do have a ton of videos to do. A lot of tabletop reviews as well, especially. And those, I'll be doing those for the next few months, and I'll explain why. But let's see, how far back do I want to go? Way back. So it is now March 1st. 2022, when and I'll be 52 this year. When I turned 50, quite honestly, physically, everything went downhill, bad, bad. As my doctor likes to, as my doctor, my primary care told me, you know, the body doesn't forget, and there's a lot of truth to that, you know, because when you're younger, like for instance, I was talking to somebody, and remember, like when you're younger, you were sore, hurt, broken, sprained, pulled, torn, what, you know, stitches, whatever. Like you had like a story for everything that happened to you, right? You knew what happened. Like, oh, okay, this is why this hurts, or this is why this broke, or this is why this, you know, something. Whereas now, when you reach, it seems for me at 50, like things break, hurt, for nothing. Like I can't tell you something really wild happened. It just didn't, you know. And again, I apologize. I'm going to be jumping all over the place with this, but at 50 years old, things just seem to start happening. Now, to go way back, I've had a lot of very labor-intensive jobs. Right, I trained in Taekwondo for many years. Was hard, and I mean ruthlessly hard on my body, hard. And I had the mentality like break the body down to build it up. You have to hurt the body to make it stronger, and there is a lot of truth in that, but at the same time, what they don't tell you is you pay for it later in life. I've done tree work. I was a ground man for a tree company. I used to lift huge logs. My boss used to say, cut those up, would you? I keep looking at the LCD. He used to say, cut those up, Tim. And I'm grabbing it, standing up. I mean, huge logs, big logs. I didn't want to. I could at the time. I was in shape. I could do that. So I pick it up, I carry it, and I throw it into the chipper or wherever. I used to finish concrete floors. Everything flat. Walkways, driveways, garages, basements. We did a ton of pool decks, and I was always the guy on the wheelbarrow because I was the youngest. I was in great shape. You know, all my jobs were very labor-intensive jobs, some more than others, but they were all very labor. I can't sit at a desk. I'm not the type of person to sit at a desk. I just couldn't, right? I was a trainer for many years, but to go in a gym and work out is not me. But yet put me like on a tree company or a concrete company, whatever, I will do that all day. I love that. That was my way of exercising. So, when I reached 50, things just started happening. I was hiking with my buddy Gary, and when I hike, and I've said this many times on my own, I am just walking through the woods, and there's a lot of stopping, right? When I hike with Gary, Gary prefers, because of a number of reasons, but a big one because he had a really bad leg injury, and I know how you feel now, Gary, trust me. He likes more flat, groomed whatever. And I do, and I enjoy that with him. I just enjoy time with him. If that's what he wants to do, that's what we'll do. And you're moving the whole time, and I was getting this bad lactic acid building up in my legs from the knees down, in my shins. And basically what I found out like later, more or less, I mean, it wasn't diagnosed, but it was shin splints, right? And very painful. And I'd stop, or we'd stop, we'd talk, maybe have some tea or something, or eat, and it would kind of wash away, I'm guessing, and then I could go again, and then it would start again. And then anyway, and that's when I really noticed that, when I was hiking with Gary. Not when I'm on my own, because I do a lot of sitting around when I'm on my own. You know, because I stop, I take pictures, I'm on rough terrain. Anyway. And then, last year, throughout the summer, I started getting this swelling in my legs, really bad, from the knees down. And my ankles were huge. A number of reasons why. I ended up going to see my doctor, and, you know, well, it's this, we did. I mean, we pretty much, it's a number of things. The biggest one is my sodium intake. I need to, and I have been cutting down on that. And I need to do better with that, but that was going on. And the thing is, none of these have anything to do with the other. Like, not one of these caused the other, you know what I mean? They just happen. So, that's kind of what I was dealing with all last year. Well, part of last year and the year before. Then on November 2021, months ago, you know, this is March 2022, March 1st. And I'll do my best to get all the dates and times right. But on November 1st, I'm working. I work nights. A lot of you know I do housekeeping, and I work part-time. And I have since our second son arrived. And I'm working, and I noticed like this pain in my lower tibia on my right leg, and like the lower portion of the tibia, and it really hurts. I only work part, so I'm only there 4 hours. Within that 4 hours, like I can't even walk, like I'm limping. But I continue working. On the 15th of November, last November, I had an appointment with my primary care to come up, to just a regular checkup, as well as to discuss some other stuff. So I'm working that whole 2 weeks. But in the meantime, I'm limping so much that I ended up developing sciatic pain in my right glute all the way down my leg, like really bad. To the point where now the pain in the ankle, lower tibia area, I just thought it was like a high ankle sprain. That meant nothing now. Like that barely hurt. It hurt, but like that was nothing compared to the sciatic pain that I had. On November 15th, I saw my doctor, my primary care, and I told her about it. At that time, the sciatic was there, but it wasn't that huge. The ankle was really bad. So we're talking about it, and I told her, and she touched the spot on my tibia. And I'm like, ah. She goes, wow, that really hurts. I'm like, yeah. We did the rest of my appointment. She sent me over to the x-ray department to get an x-ray. That was negative. Found out later that it wasn't, but at the time that was negative. So there's a number of things. She's like, well, there's no broken bone. You know, blood clot was a concern. I mean, there's a whole bunch of other things, like the swelling and that pain could be a heart problem. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff. So we scheduled all this stuff. We scheduled a ultrascan. Ultrascan, is that what it's called? For my leg, to find out if I have any blood clots in my legs. None. Nice and solid. Well as one for my heart, and the heart is good, pumping the way it should. That's great. Still working on the sodium. Right, so that was November 15th. Early December. Now I'm still limping. By the way, I haven't worked since November 15th. November 13th or 15th. It's now first week of December, give or take. I am hurting bad. My leg, not working. I can barely walk. As you know, I was doing some tabletop reviews, and that's about it. I did 3 tabletop flashlight reviews, and I'm not able to go outside and do the outside shots. At least I come up with an idea now, believe it or not. But at the time, I didn't know what to do. So those are actually waiting to be, because I can't walk, right? Now I have 2 crutches. I have to wear crutches. I have to wear this thing, and there goes my crutch, and I can't stand this thing. Sorry. So early week of December. So a week before that, I had to see. There's so much went on. I had an MRI. The MRI because she said that the side pain is very likely, almost always because of a back problem, a lower back problem. I go get an MRI, which by the way was terrible. I'll be honest with you, I couldn't stand it. Mainly because where I went to get it done, they have a small MRI machine, not a large opening, and I barely fit in there. I was locked in. I couldn't move. Do you want music? No, I'll be good. I can, I got my own thoughts. I should have went with the music. I should have went with the music. That was pretty. I did it though. I got through it. But the 2 women there would tell me some horror stories about people freaking out in those machines, and I could see it. Trust me, I get it. If I wasn't able mentally to go to my happy place, right, and concentrate on whatever. I get it. I completely understand how you would freak out, right? And anyway, I got through that. In the process of that, I found out that I have 6, not 1, not 2, not 3. Excuse me, 6 bulging discs in my back, starting from the very bottom up, which is what's causing the sciatic pain. Surprise. None of them because of particular injury. It's just, again, through wear and tear, which explains a lot, just wear and tear. And some arthritis in there as well. Matter of fact, all over my body. So I have to do physical therapy for that. But it doesn't require surgery. Strengthening my abs will help. Strengthening my rectus spinae, I believe it's called, down the sides of the back, and losing some weight, which I'm working on. That will all help. But surgery is not needed, and I do need physical therapy for that. So, but the leg is really bad, the pain. So that was kind of put off on hold. And believe it or not, since this happened with the leg, the sciatic pain has since gone away. First week of December, I'm walking into my doctor at the hospital. I actually work at the hospital where all my doctors are at. And I go in, I'm walking into the main lobby, and I had to go down to and I'm just limping. I'm not using crutches or anything. As far as we know, there's still no broken leg, right? No broken tibia. I'm walking down to the pharmacy. The pharmacy is quite a ways away from where you park. Then I go all the way back to over where my doctor's office is, or the clinic. On the way down there, it's the worst pain that I felt so far in my ankle, and it's all in the whole lower tibia, whole ankle area. And I almost have tears. Like I have to get down there, get the medicine for my son and I. We're diabetics, and then I have to get back to my doctor, and we'll work this out. Went in there. On the way back to my doctor, I got almost there. I walked into or go around this corner in the main lobby, and my tibia breaks. Now, when I say breaks, like, it's kind of weird how it happened. Like, it wasn't a crack like a piece of wood break. It sounded like, when you like crack your fingers, that little you hear like a little pop. It sounded like that. Now, I don't know, and my ankle rolled hard. When I say hard, I mean my ankle rolled. Now, I was trying to figure out, did it break because my ankle rolled? Like, did I roll my ankle and it broke? Or did it break and I rolled my ankle? Like, it was so quick, and I tried talking about this with my doctor, and even the orthopedic doctor, and they're both just like, does it really matter now, When that happened, I yelled. I think I said something I probably shouldn't have. I was near some chairs. I kind of almost went down. I don't know if I went down. I maybe went to a knee, but I went to put that foot down again a little bit to stabilize myself because there was a chair nearby. And it wasn't, but it literally felt like the bone was like coming out of the top of my foot, like where your foot and your leg meet, like it was ripping out of there. It wasn't, obviously. I put my hand there. There was nothing there, but that's what it felt like whenever I put a little pressure on there. People came over, doctors, a couple nurses, somebody came over with a wheelchair, and I had tears. I'm telling you right now, I had tears. And the doctor's like, doctor's like looking at me, and he's like, I was going to ask you, scale 1 to 10, because I don't think I need to ask you about the pain level. I'm like, no. They brought me right away into the exam room where my doctor was going to see me anyway. We talked about it, real quick. By now, like, the pain is there, but like it's actually better than what I dealt with on the walk to there before it broke. It's cold in my garage, so I go back over to get an X-ray, and they X-rayed, and they said, yes, your tibia is fractured, like hard. It wasn't at an angle, it's straight through this way, which I think is odd. My doctor's like, yeah, I mean, he sees them all the time, but I thought that was kind of odd, because every single photo I've ever looked at, X-ray, it's always at an angle of some kind, some degree. Mine seems to go across. So, I am expecting a phone call from the hospital, so I gotta keep that nearby. So, they put me in a wheelchair. I think I went back to my doctor's, the exam room. We talked a little bit about whatever, and then they had somebody bring me over, which by the way was another building on the same grounds, but you have to go outside across this road. I'm in a wheelchair, and they bring me up to the orthopedic department. Right away, they brought me in. They looked at the X-rays and said, "Yep, it's broken. It broke." He put on a cast. I have not had a hard cast in my early teens, maybe mid-teens, maybe. Like, it's been a long time. It was uncomfortable, to say the least. I was really trying to get them to give me some type of walking cast, a soft cast, and they're like, no, nope. So, I have that. Now I'm really out of work for a long time. I go back every week for the next 5 weeks to get more X-rays to see him. Now, we did discuss on the second time I visited him, I've had the cast for 2 weeks, I discussed surgery, because several people that I know of on Instagram or YouTube did very similar, and right away they got a plate or a pin. The pin is that bar goes all the way down your tibia, and they're walking like within weeks, within months, a month. Within 2 months, he's back to work and everything, and I'm like, I'm still hobbling around with the cast on, and I don't get it. And the top of the cast was hurting so bad on top of my foot. Again, right where the bend is to meet your tibia. It was put, and I told the doctor on my second visit, it feels like someone has a bar and you're pushing down, like really standing on it, pushing it. It hurts. Oh yeah, I understand. It's okay. And on the 5th week, now there's a whole lot of sitting around. I got 2 crutches. I started kind of touching the heel down a little bit in the cast. I could. It felt great. On the 5th week, on a Wednesday, I was going to go and they were going to cut the cast off, re-examine it, look at it, and very likely go into a walking cast. That was the plan. A Sunday night before that Wednesday, the pain was so bad I couldn't take it anymore. I cut the cast off myself. I'm like, I can't do this. It's coming off. It's coming off in 2 days, 3 days anyway. I'm cutting it off. I got it off. My foot felt amazing. You know, like the air get at it. Oh, I could move my ankle. I swear to God, it was starting to like solidify that way. I mean, it would not solidify, fossilize. It was going to be stuck like that all the time. And I could move it, but I couldn't put a single ounce of weight on it. It hurt so bad. I didn't think it'd come off and I'd be running around like nothing happened, but I expected to be able to at least stand or something. I saw him on Wednesday. He was not happy that I cut the cast off. He was not happy. So I go and he's giving me, I have a walking cast. Still have to use 2 crutches. I used the walking cast for 2 weeks, then down to 1 crutch. And then several weeks later, a little while later, I go there. I'm having a lot of problems with the FMLA, his office dealing with paperwork. I don't know if any of you ever had to deal with that before. What a pain in the ass. It really is a pain in the ass. And I've asked them, like, is it like, am I the first patient you ever had to fill out paperwork to get their short-term disability or their FMLA? PFMLA now that I'm using, because I already used all my PTO time, and like, am I the first? No, we do it every day, all the time. I'm like, you guys are freaking horrible at this. Well, seriously, kept going back and forth. Nope, they forgot this part. Go back. I mean, oh my God, was it bad? I hate relying on people. I hate relying on other people to do their job. When it comes to jobs, well, in general, but it drives me nuts because, anyway. So, maybe my 6th or 7th week, maybe, I go there, we do x-rays, because I'm telling him it hurts. I'm telling him when I stand on it, it feels like it's just gonna, the bone's just gonna break, like instantly go, and it feels like it's going this way, like it bends, right? And if you've been on Instagram, you see the photo. Maybe I'll try to slide a photo into here too, if I can figure that out. I always seem to forget how to put a photo in my video, but you'll see, no weight, bone straight. Little bit of weight, I mean a little bit of weight, 10, 20% of weight on there. The bone just like does this. Comes down, boop, and out. Not supposed to do that, by the way. Again, I'll put a photo here. The majority of, we did, oddly enough, we didn't look at photos that day. X-rays. Which I find a little funny. We did talk a lot about the whole FMLA bullshit. I leave. A day later, I look. It was on a Saturday, maybe? I look at my... Yeah, Saturday. I look at my x-rays online, my chart. You can go on this website. You can look at all your x-rays. And I see the bone. Like that. I'm like, what the hell? So I call Monday. I go there Monday. I call Monday. He said, Tim, I need to see you tomorrow. There's a problem. I go there Monday. He says, you know what? You're going to need surgery. You're going to need surgery. It's going to take another 3 to 4 months. So the fact is that never mind the fact, I told him a long time ago, why don't we just do surgery? Several people, a couple people I know very well that is an orthopedic surgeon, somebody that is an OR tech. I'm sorry, I mean no disrespect, he's kind of an important guy inside the OR, and this is what he does, orthopedics. He saw that, he goes like, him and his friend they said that would have had a pin in it the first day. Back when I asked my doctor, can't we just... Now I need surgery. A week and a half go by, I see another doctor, a surgeon, same department, same place, same building, same hospital where I work, and she says, yep, you need surgery. I know. She's like, we need to, but I want to get a CAT scan of your leg. I want to really see really well what's going on in the bone to decide whether we're just going to pin it, like, put, I don't know if you know, but they kind of lift your knee up and they drill all the way down your tibia, and they put a steel bar, a titanium bar down there, then a bunch of pins from the top and the bottom through the bone, through the body to keep it from moving, and you're good to go. Which I prefer, believe it or not, because then it'll be solid, it'll be hard. Whereas the plate, open up the leg, there's this little titanium plate, they're different sizes, different thickness, it goes like, they put it on, they take it, they cut the bone again, and they kind of push it together, and then they put the plate on there, and they put a bunch of screws on each side, and it kind of keeps it there, and then the bone grows, but it keeps it straight. I think I'd rather go with this. So she says, well, I need you to schedule an appointment to get the CAT scan, and then we'll decide which one we're going to do. And I said, okay. Now, in my mind, I'm thinking this will be within like a week. And she goes, after you get the CAT scan, I'll see you again, and we'll discuss exactly what's in the X-ray, the CT scan, and what we're going to do, and we'll go from there. The problem is that when I got the appointment is for... This is March 1st. This was last week I did this. March 1st, today, right now as I'm filming this, is going to be, my appointment is on 17th. And in the process of scheduling that, I had to schedule that, by the way, They call me to say, okay, you're going to see the doctor on the 24th. A whole month. It's a month away. A month away. So I have to deal with this for another month. Now, if I go on the, which look, it's terrible, but if I have to go, if I see her on the 24th and she says, okay, we're going to do surgery, this is the one we're going to do, we'll see you in June. I'm going to be pissed. I'm going to be pissed. She's not going to like what I'm going to have to say. So I actually called yesterday to talk to her or her admin. Normally you get a call from the nurse practitioner or like administrator. And that's what I'm waiting for now. Because what I want to do is schedule the appointment now for the 25th, 26th, 27th, whatever. Like within a week right after I see her, right? We'll decide what to do on the 24th. Already have the room and the OR and all that stuff scheduled and ready because I don't want to wait for the 24th and then say, okay, let's schedule it. And now it'd be another month. As it is right now, if I had it done on the 24th, we're looking at me late June, early July. June or July, it's March. Although I'll be working, I'll be able to walk and even without crutches well before that, but I won't be in a position to go hiking, to go play with my kids, or to do much of anything. But I will be able to stand and walk. As it is right now, I need 2 crutches. If I use 1 or even with 2, if I'm up too long, it kills. If I go to the computer for 10 minutes to edit a video or to look at my email or something, which I do every other day, like like my back freezes up, the leg, oh my God. So that's what's going on. In the process, I did buy some microphones. We'll see. Works with my cell phone. Works with my DSLR. I have the Canon EOS RP, which I really like. I've taken some. I haven't used. This is the first video I've taken with it. We'll see how it looks. I know the lighting's terrible. I can see in the LCD because I'm in my shop garage, but I will be mostly using my cell phone for videos. When I do my tabletop reviews right here, I'll be using my cell phone. And yes, I went to the dark side. And I got the new iPhone. Am I happy with it? Yeah. I'm not blown away by it. Am I happy with it? Yeah, yeah. Do I regret getting it? Not really. But I just think for the money, I should be like, oh my God, you know, and I'm not. I'm just like, you know. I have a lot of stuff to review. A bunch of VanQuest stuff. Knives. I got a handful of new Kubey knives, multiple flashlights, as well as 3 flashlights I've already reviewed. I just need to do the outside shots for, which I think I'll work something out to get those up and done early. But that's what's going on, everybody. For those of you who don't follow me on Instagram, because I talk a lot about this on Instagram and stuff, but I mean, not YouTube. I'm down. Like this is really new for me. This is like huge for me to come down here and be able to use my garage, be at this table. I can't stand or walk around much, but I can come down and just sit, set up a camera and make this video. When I get the operation, I won't be able to do really much of anything again like I did when I first broke my leg for the first probably month. When they get surgery again, they're going to cut the bone and then put a bar down there or a plate, and I won't be able to do really much of anything as before. So I want to get some stuff done now. Yeah, but I can tell you that within this time, it's really, sorry, the thing about the DSLR camera is that you're allowed 30 minutes record time, and I went over that. Yeah, and it's just shut off on me. So thankfully, I'll be using my cell phone for my videos, for most of all my videos. This is just for photos. But what was I saying? In the amount of time that I've been sitting down, there's a lot of stuff that, I mean, really a lot of introspection going on. I want to do more videos, product reviews. I kind of slowed down, if you know, like within the last several years, a lot of it due to the leg problem. Oh my God, excuse me. I've had a lot of time to think, and there's a lot of things I want to do. I really need to do, including my house. There's so much I've been putting off that I want to do, and just upgrade stuff I need to do. I feel like I'm a master carpenter with everything I've been watching lately. Yeah, you'll see. There's a lot of videos coming if you're still watching my videos, by the way. And hiking and rambling, much like this video, the rambling. You'll be seeing a lot of that. For those of you that still watch, because I'm sure a lot of you have fell off. It happens. I do that when I do. People don't make videos for so long, and then I just kind of go away. And I expect it. That's life, right? People come and go. Unfortunately, people come and go. But anyway, I hope you're all well. I hope your holidays were great, better than mine certainly, and I just hope you're well and all doing good. And I appreciate you watching this and sticking around if you have. And we got a lot more coming. All right, be well, stay safe. Bye.